Well, first of all, here's to being friends for so long.
That's awesome.
No, we met because Justin was our son Lane's soccer coach, and he was having a rough time with it one day. After practice, I was like, man, you want to go have a beer? And we lived right up the street. We talked it out, had a couple beers, and been best friends ever since.
That's awesome.
Now look, we make beer.
Now we make beer.
Now you make
together.
Beer. That's great. That's awesome. All right. So you can just keep rolling, Ethan. We can just do our thing, and we can redo and all that stuff, right? All right. Good. I'm gonna try an intro, okay? And I'm gonna let you introduce yourselves because I'm gonna screw up your name. All right. Kyle, we did the intro outside. We're coming in. We're gonna introduce you to a new brewery in Mansfield, Dirty Jobs Brewing. Bam. We do our intro. We're coming in.
Say now you're in the back.
So there is one thing that's actually pretty important. It seems trivial, but it's pretty important. Don't put the S on jobs. It's Dirty Job Brewing.
Okay. All right.
It's a Discovery Channel thing.
All right. Got it. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, we're giving you lots of good stuff right here. Ethan. All right, John Teixeira here. We're in Dirty Job now with
Derek Hubenak.
Justin Watson.
I had to make him say his own name because I didn't think I could do it. So wanted to sit down with you guys and introduce this great new brewery to you in Mansfield. Derek, Justin, which one of you want to tell us a story about how you guys got started and why you're brewing beer?
He likes to talk. Let him.
Go ahead, you tell it better.
No, you're good.
Effectively, we were always, light beer drinkers. We liked our Silver Bullets and our Miller Lights and all that. Years ago, I started volunteering at RAR. One of my friends pulled me in at RAR & Sons Brewing in Fort Worth to volunteer to do bottling and stuff like that. And they would give us beer as, thank you for helping them bottle. Well, I started drinking their beer. I was like, man, I don't know, it's not Coors Light or whatever. But I started drinking it, and I was like, man, this is setting off right. I like this a lot better than the other stuff I've been drinking. And years down the road, just read a bunch of books, and we got really into it. Justin and I, we've been best friends for a long time, and we started going
to craft beer.
Absolutely.
And that's what kicked it in.
We started going to World of Beer in Arlington and Fort Worth a lot, and started trying different beers and getting real interested in that. And so we started going through the process, bought a homebrew kit, and my wife came home, LaShawn, and said, what are you doing? And pretty soon it was
take over her kitchen.
Yeah, basically. She said, yeah, get this out of my house, basically. And we started doing it in the backyard. Went a little bit bigger than the homebrew kit, and then started winning awards at competitions. And some other local brewery owners would try our stuff and say, you need to be selling this stuff. So we started selling it. Here we are.
Well, that's good stuff. So it sounds like you guys really had a passion for the beer, and you turned that into a hobby, and then your entrepreneurial spirit kicked in, and you turned it into a business here, so you could share it with everybody else. Am I right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So why did you choose Mansfield? I know that there was some decision making going into where you were going to do this when you started out. What made you choose this location in downtown Mansfield?
Have you seen what's going on down here?
Great
It's amazing,
down here, isn't it?
Yeah,
A lot of growth.
a lot of growth. So with the historic downtown revitalization specific to the immediate downtown area, the historic downtown, and that combined with everything else that they're opening up around here. Justin plays soccer very frequently, and he's at Apex all the time, and he knows that there's a lot of stuff going in, the shops at Broad and stuff like that. So we just kind of looked at it and said, you know what, the place is great, the community's awesome. City council was such a pleasure to work with, and your economic development was as well. So we were like, yeah, this is home.
We were dying to get you guys in here.
We knew they were changing downtown too. It wasn't just going to be the little boutique here and there, walk down, close the doors at 5 o'clock at p.m. and go home. They wanted to get nightlife going, and so this helps. People are here past 6 p.m. now.
You guys know my offices are right down the street. It's fun being down here, isn't it?
Yes.
It's
Yeah, it
really
really
fun
is.
being a
It
part
really is.
of this neat. It's a historic downtown, but they've really created an atmosphere that everyone wants to come down here. There's a lot of events down here. There's a lot of things to come down here for day and night. Until my office was down here, I'm kind of surprised sometimes on bustling it is here, day and night here. And so you guys took advantage of that. You saw that, and this is where you decided to land. That's great.
It's kind of the goal for us was to help, and we wanted to be part of the foundation of the revitalization down here. And Dave Goodwin, he's the president of Downtown Mansfield Incorporated. He even brought it up to City Council. Look, like 80% of your downtown revitalizations that are going on around the nation, the reason why they're successful is because they start with a brewery or a brew pub. It's a hot item. You're not just, and it's not just for millennials. It's all ages. We're family friendly here, so people bring their kids in, and it's helping to attract people down here that aren't normally thinking about coming to downtown Mansfield, and it's freaking amazing.
That's awesome. That's a great stat. I didn't know that. But I've noticed going across the country that these historic downtowns are really starting to revitalize everywhere across the country, and it's a really neat thing to see. So you guys are going to tour us around a little bit and show us a little bit about your brewing here and show us some product, right?
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to share with us about Dirty Job?
No, I mean, just if you like craft beer and you want to give us a shot, we appreciate you coming down and take a look at downtown Mansfield while you're here.
Come to Mansfield.
Come to Mansfield.
That's great. Y'all have food trucks back here sometimes, don't you? I see some events back here and they bring food trucks
We
back.
try every Friday night.
Every Friday night we have pub trivia. We got different theme every week. We got to do trivia here. So we're only closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays right now, and we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? But we always have something going on. Live music, special beer releases. We had a crawfish boil. We have Drinko de Mayo coming up for Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, we'll be releasing a Mexican lager on tamarind. We just have a lot of great stuff happening down here. The trivia is fun, live music, like I said. Sundays we do dominoes. We have 42. People come down and play 42 and drink beer.
All ages.
All
That's
ages.
great. Y'all still got a yoga class?
We do
going on?
yoga every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
We do beer yoga.
Yeah.
I mean, the people actually come in and they hold and drink. And our yoga instructor Nathan Hamilton is a riot too, man. He's really good at what he does, and everybody gets really involved with it and giggles. And some people think I can't do yoga, but I'll drink the beer. And they come in, and next thing you know, they're like, man, that really helped my back.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Well, maybe the beer loosened you up too.
Yeah, and you got some live music going on here. I mean, I've seen
Absolutely.
Steve Casillo's here tonight, and I've seen Scott Wellmaker. You've got a little bit of a rotation of some live music, local live music
Yes.
going on.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We try to bring everything in as local as possible. I mean, and we'll talk about that on the tour too. But even down to our ingredients, we try to stay as local as possible.
Well, perfect. You want to show us around?
Let's do it.
Show us some
Yeah.
stuff.
Absolutely.
Come down through here. We have this front area. Keep our grains right in here when we're getting ready to make the beers. We have some barrels over here where we like to keep some of our beers aging. Do about 3 to 4 months, and then we'll pull them out and put them on tap. We usually do a stout, a porter, and a red. Eventually, we'd like to get some 7-barrel system in here with some fermenters and everything, get a little bit bigger so they have something to look in through the windows for.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe get some cameras in here, and we have some TVs out there so that people can see people working in here.
So you only got three at a time is what you're
Yeah,
doing.
that's what we do 3 at a time. We're looking on getting some more.
Here you go, right here. What am I right now? Am I a pickle?
Yep, you're a pickle. You got an Adam's apple and two boobs. But no, we built all these rooms and everything. Where you? Oh,
So-
lights on.
So y'all did this. I mean, you guys.
We
I know-
gutted these and rebuilt the whole thing ourselves.
And you guys who did this all with full-time jobs, is my understanding. I mean,
Absolutely.
you started this business basically going to work every day, coming here at night, taking care of the beer, and more importantly, you, like you said, you built all this out and had to do this after work to get it ready for opening, right? How long did that take you?
Well, it took us about 6 months, 7
Wow.
months.
Yeah, about six and a half months. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dedication, man. That's great.
And we're still working our full-time jobs. So
Yeah, you still are right now,
Yeah,
today.
yeah, absolutely.
Right to this
That's
all
day.
3 of us. That's why my wife, LaShawn's not here, because she's one of the owners as well. She's driving from Louisville every day, and she shows up here and just gets right to it.
So I think I learned something. Tell me if this is true, and if it's not true, we'll cut it out. But I think I learned something one time when I was here with you guys that all of your help. I don't know. Maybe this is such a good. You got somebody that works with you that's here because they want to be here.
Absolutely.
We're all volunteer based right now.
Yes.
So we figure, as long as we got good folks showing up and they're just helping us out, we're not getting a paycheck either. You know what I mean? Sure, we're growing our business, but we don't take anything home at night. All of our volunteers work off of tips, so they get the tips, they split it up, and free beer.
Free beer.
That's awesome.
And they learn too. We teach them stuff. We've got a couple of them that brew with us. One of them in particular has done her own brews a couple of times. That's a big thing because there's some people that still don't see females brewing a whole lot. They're just like, oh, they certainly can. There's an organization called the Pink Boots that's nationwide, and it's all females that work in breweries. And so one of our volunteers, we taught her how to brew on our system, and she brews now sometimes.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
amazing.
That's great. So one more thing I just thought of too. Last time I was here, we were touring through. I asked you guys. We were back in your room back there, and which you're probably going to take us back to, and you got a whole bunch of Captain Crunch back there, which happens to be my favorite cereal in the entire world, right?
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And this was quite some time ago, and I asked you about it, and you said you were trying and you were playing with the flavor and using this Captain Crunch, and I got to try. I don't know how much of it you made, but I actually got to try some. I want to say you guys helped me out. When did you guys serve that? It was like a month ago, maybe.
It was about a month ago that we released it.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it you had, but I actually got to try it and I loved it. I wasn't disappointed at all.
It was,
I was really worried
you liked
about
it.
how do you make a beer out of your favorite cereal and make it work. You
I'll
guys
just
did
say,
it.
at some point in the process,
It's
or
a
maybe
lot.
at maybe some points in the process, it gets put in, and it's a metric crap ton of Captain Crunch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it made for a really good light flavored peanut butter
It did
stout.
the perfect amount of flavor. You can taste it in there, but it was just
It's a funny grocery story too when you're going to the
Why are you buying so
checkout
much?
counter with all that Captain Crunch
When
cereal.
you show up with like 30
all of
boxes
their
Captain
boxes,
Crunch, and they're like,
every one of their boxes, yeah.
and not a gallon of milk.
No.
milk.
No.
Just
No
a bunch
milk.
of Captain Crunch.
Just-
Yeah.
That's it.
cereal.
Just Captain Crunch. So yeah.
I'll let you guys finish.
Sure.
What do we
Yeah,
got
sure.
back
No,
there?
no.
On the phone?
Follow him.
Do you?
This is one of the fermentation rooms. Just try to line them up in here and get them to aging after we brew the beer. And we added a new room for cold fermentation. So we can do our pilsners, lagers, Kolsch's, and we can put pressure on our kegs and also keep them in a cold room. That's more, it's got more room in here than we do in our cooler. All right, take them to the kitchen.
Sure. Tiger it. Good game.
You say good game.
Good game. Yeah. If you say good game, it's okay to touch another man's butt.
As long as you say good game, it's legal.
So this is the brew kitchen. This is our pilot system. It's a barrel and a half, custom made brewing system. Basically, break down to the brew process real quick. You've got a hot liquor tank, holds hot water. You've got a mash lauter tun here. You put all the cracked grain in. The hot water goes over it, extracts all the sugars from it, makes wort. Wort, W-O-R-T. It's a sugary, basically a sugary liquid. Gets pumped over here into our boil kettle. And then we bring it to boil, we add in flavors, hops, etc. And basically to do all the bittering and the aromatics in our beers. From there, it cools down through a series of chillers. It goes into our fermenters. We got little plate chillers and counterflow chillers. Goes through those and then goes into the fermenter. We take it down to the fermentation room, pitch the yeast, and however long later, it is beer. It's good stuff.
And that's how we can make so many smaller batches and different styles of beer because we have a smaller system. So that's why
Yeah.
we have 20 beers on tap.
Yeah, at all times usually. So.
And you see something that we're getting ready to put in one of our beers. Our Saison gets melons, and Derek's getting ready to make a puree out of it so we can put it in our beer because all our beers, when they have fruits,
They have real purees, and all the vegetables are real vegetables too. We don't use any clear color flavoring or anything like that.
We don't.
Even if
We
it's
don't.
natural.
Yeah, we don't get any canned purees. We make
No,
all of our own
make them all
purees in
ourselves.
house, and you can tell. I mean, you just get more natural flavor out of the beers. So
Beer starts turning different colors.
right, the cantaloupe saison. We don't buy. You could buy a big can of pre-made puree with preservatives and all these extra sugars and stuff in there, but not us.
It tastes the same.
It's kind of the dirty job mantra. Like, we do everything, not necessarily the smart way all the time, but we do it the hard way, and it pays off. I think, our fathers both gave us the same kind of upbringing with, if you want to do something, you do it right, and if you do it by hand, don't let anybody else tell you to do it an easy way or whatever if you know it's going to be a better product in the long run.
That's usually the case, isn't it? When you're talking food and drinks and so forth.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's usually fresh always comes out
Yeah.
better. And look, there's a testament right here that it's fresh. I mean, it's still in cantaloupe form. Hey, I got a funny question for you, Justin. I've seen you in that thing. You want to tell me the story about that?
Okay, so we had Pickle Parade this year. They had their first annual keg race, and we sponsored it. So I had to put one together.
I saw you in it. Did
Yeah.
you win?
Yeah, I got first place.
You got
It
first
was a lot of
place,
fun.
didn't
They
you?
did two laps, timed laps. There were 6 of us out there, and I think I got 1 second faster than the last guy.
So I don't know if this is something that you guys came up with or not, but when I heard about this keg race, I thought we'd see 2 or 3 people out there with. You had quite a few people trying to
You
do
wait
this.
till next year.
We had
We had so many
we had
people
like 6 or 7,
afterwards.
and then like 40 people came up afterwards. Like, so fellas coming up, go, hey man, actually I just came out here to see what it was
So
going to be
now we
like.
know what it's all about.
I'll see you next year.
Oh yeah,
yeah, right.
I heard a bunch of that too. So
Yeah, so motorized
It was a lot of
keg
fun.
races, man, it's gonna be
It was a
our
blast.
thing.
I didn't mean to sidetrack us. Did
it's fine.
you have anything else that you want to talk about in here, or you good to go?
There's your Captain
There's your
Crunch.
Captain Crunch right
There's a
there.
Captain
behind
Crunch
you.
right
There's
there.
Captain Crunch.
That's what's left of it.
That's what's left.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, this is our small little kitchen.
This is our small little kitchen.
This is
Yeah.
where we make the magic.
And I mean, well, like these, you see, we got all these big barrels here. So these get filled up with our spent grains from out of here. And we have local farmers that come and pick them up. One local farmer actually right now that comes and picks them all up for his cattle. And as we're looking to expand into a packaging facility down here, or down the road, when we do that, he's already got a whole system rigged up, and he's already planning on expanding his cattle, his herd, and buying more head of cattle just because we're getting him the feed.
Is that better feed for the cattle? Is that why they're doing that?
It's really good for them, and they love it. They come running.
Well, yeah, it's expensive for it's grain that you make for beer, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't normally feed that to cattle. So they're when they get a taste for it,
Mm-hmm.
they get spoiled.
They get spoiled. And
And it's not fermented yet, so it's not like they're getting drunk off of it or anything. It's just
No.
wet and natural grains. They're sweet, and they
Right.
they help pack on some of the pounds, keep them healthy.
right.
Yeah, so, and we try to give back, like I said, we try to, like the produce and stuff like that we normally use. Now this, honestly, these are store-bought just because I couldn't get my garden to grow quick enough, and there's nobody growing locally right now. We have to get it out there. But most of our produce we buy local or we grow. I just planted the garden the other day. Cucumbers for our cucumber IPA, cucumber wheat, got cantaloupe for the
We do Saturday
saison.
farmers market. We go down there.
The farmers markets, yeah, and we have a whole pepper garden to make our atomic blonde, and we have shishito peppers that were given to us by a couple locals, Kim Mullins and Stephen Lindsay.
Really?
They gave us a couple of
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, about 4 shishito plants, and we got those planted too. So that'll be in the new mix of pepper powder that we use.
So you're planting some of your own ingredients also. That
Oh
is
yeah,
awesome.
well that's how we started.
Yeah,
We started using his own ingredients from the very beginning.
that's great.
Yeah, it's raised beds in my backyard, and we'd be brewing, and we'd be like, you know what? Let's not make a regular beer. That's not
Cucumber.
us. What can we throw in there? Oh, I got a bunch of cucumbers, and I don't want to pickle them. Let's put that in and see how it turns out. Man, it hit
And then
it. It was
peppers
money.
and then melons and yeah, you name it. We were using it.
Fun stuff, you guys. You want to show us? You want to taste some of this stuff?
Yeah, more? Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I'm
Let's do
here.
that.